welcome to CT's TrophyPop podcast. Today we're going to talk about video games. I am your host, Wyatt Wewell, and I'm joined today by Logan Canada.
What's up?
And the Hispanic Hercules,
What's
Joshua
up, guys?
Meadows. So, as we do every week, let's just start the show with what we've been playing for the last week.
Alright, gosh, have I actually played anything in the past week?
I've been
haven't
playing
played
Formula
anything.
One. A lot of Formula One. The Escapist, just picked that up, 70% off. Buy it. So good.
I haven't played anything.
It's because we were playing on the PS4 that Wyatt left in our room for a few days.
That's fair.
And he
That's
took
Then I
it.
wanted to play Formula One.
Yeah, and that's fair. But we've been watching things.
By the way, Formula One, incredible. If you're a racing fan, buy this game.
It looks
period.
pretty sweet.
If you're not a racing fan, you might not want to. But racing fans, buy this game.
I mean, Josh and I watched a bunch of stuff. That's about all we've done.
We did watch Persona 5, Episode 0.
Ooh,
We did.
of the
That's,
anime.
We
Of the
can
anime.
actually talk.
And
I
now
guess
I'm
we can
super
touch
hyped
about
for
that.
the game.
That game looks phenomenal if it's like the anime. It's going to be so good.
That
gonna
was a
be
good
fun.
episode.
It's going to be fun. And we should have an unboxing video when that comes out. Because I'm getting the collector's edition.
Yes.
Yes,
It's gonna
you
be
are.
Exciting.
So
Watch for Let's Plays. When they
Oh.
come
watch for
out.
Let's Plays. Watch for Let's Plays soon anyway, because we should be doing it.
And if anyone out there is a fan of anime and has Crunchyroll, little thing we discovered last night, there's a button in the corner you can press called Random, and it just chooses a random anime.
And it may or may not give you very inappropriate shows to watch.
Yes.
That is also true. Alright, anyway, let's just jump straight into the news. Now, there are only 4 things on this list. 2 of them are mostly speculation.
Okay.
But here we go. The Wall Street Journal reported that Nintendo Company is most likely using cartridges for the new NX system, according to comments made by, quote, people familiar with the matter, unquote. The NX is expected to be released in March of 2017 after a Nintendo tweet which stated, quote, the next generation of #Nintendo is coming March 2017, unquote. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah. I
How
like
do you feel about
cartridges.
cartridges?
I want cartridges.
I think the cartridges is just kind of another way of kind of, confirming that the 3DS, the DS, all these have always had cartridges. And there's now talk that it's also going to be a mobile thing. It's going to be a mobile system that's also a console.
Nintendo mobiles have never not had cartridges.
Right.
So I think it might just be another kind of...
Although, you could argue that the GameCube was mobile because it had a handle on the
It
back
did
of it.
have a handle. It was made to be carried.
It was made to be carried around.
That was innovative at the time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get the GameCube too.
Wouldn't that be sweet?
That would be awesome.
I think that's what everyone wants, right?
But anyways, I like the idea of cartridges. They're more durable. You can download DLC on them and just take the DLC with you rather than...
Yeah, you can edit the cartridge.
Yeah.
You can't
Well-
edit a disc.
My whole big thing is, I don't... Have you all ever actually seen me purchase a physical copy of a game?
I don't think so.
The answer is no. I never have purchased a physical copy of a game.
You've purchased physical copies.
I have, but not in like the last year and a half.
I've seen you lose physical copies of games.
You saw me lose a physical copy of a game that I bought when I first got my 3DS, which was like 2 years ago now.
Well, alright.
I like
Anyway,
physical copies.
And that's the last physical copy of a game I can remember purchasing.
the only thing I have a problem with about this is PlayStation 4 and Xbox One discs can hold about 50 gigabytes, and there are a number of times when they have to download on top of that. Cartridges cannot hold that much. Now, if it's going to be a mobile console, completely okay with that. But if it's not going to be a mobile console and it's not what we think it is, which is very, very likely. Because leaks aren't necessarily the most reliable source of finding out what this thing is.
Right.
So, we'll see. If it's mobile, I'm so excited.
I'm excited because I've been into mobile gaming more anyway.
Item number 2. Sony is preparing to host an event in the PlayStation Theater in New York City on Wednesday, September 7th. That is this Wednesday. Speculations are that the PlayStation Neo, or whatever it's going to be called, will be announced as the main point of the conference. Also, the PS4 Slim, which I believe is being unboxed on YouTube, but they haven't officially announced it. So that's a thing.
I thought they announced it.
I don't think they've, officially said this is what it is, this is the
Really?
difference.
Okay. I thought it was an actual thing that was happening.
But I might be wrong. But, yeah. So that event's happening. We might react to it, depending on how it goes.
Is it going to be, are we going to be able to watch it?
Still working on that. I don't know how that's going to work.
Because that would be weird.
I would assume we could stream it.
That's why I was figuring that would be weird for them to have a conference and then
Close it to the public, yeah.
and only invite reporters and things because they're going to report on it. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So hopefully we can watch that and we will maybe get a reaction out. Not going to make promises though. Okay. Microsoft Studios 343 announced that the Halo vehicle Warthog will be available in Forza Horizon 3 set in Australia. The vehicle will be all-wheel drive with a twin-turbo V8 and 650 brake horsepower. Top speed is 119 miles per hour and is as limited by gearing. The Warthog is only available, though, if you've played Halo 5 Guardians or the Master Chief Collection on that Xbox One.
I think it's pretty cool.
Now, I don't truly care about the Warthog at all. I'm a Forza fan, definitely a Forza Horizon fan. But what is really interesting to me is now they're linking their games in such a way that if you've played one of them, you can get items in a different game.
Yeah, I mean, that's not an uncommon thing. You all probably wouldn't know this. You'd have no reason to. But if you played Dragon Age Origins before, or if you just play it in general, and you have an Origin account, which is EA's thing, and then you go in to play Dead Space 2, you get a Dragon Age armor set. And if Kingdoms of Amalur, which is a EA game, if you've played Mass Effect, I think it's 3, or even if you own it on your account, and you go into Kingdoms of Amalur, it might be 2. You get a Mass Effect, you get this Omniblade thing, which is cool. So, it's not like a new idea in any way.
I like it, though.
My question about the Warthog is, can I get into the gun on the back and mow down my opponents before the race starts?
I doubt it.
That would
Just
be
something
fun.
about that makes me...
If I flip my Warthog, can I get out, flip it with my bare hands, and then get back in?
No.
I doubt it.
You're a regular human. You're not
It'll
a super
probably just
human.
reset to track, like all of the rest of the vehicles do. But that would be sweet.
I wonder if they're actually going to put the gun on there. That would be cool.
I'm sure it'll be on there for display, at least.
You think so?
Yeah, it'll be there. I don't remember. I saw the screenshot. I just didn't pay attention that
I
closely.
mean, otherwise it'd basically just be a Jeep.
Well, that's what I was thinking. A
Yeah.
cool
Which is
Jeep.
basically why it's in there anyway.
Yeah.
Going through the Australian outback. Jeep is what you want.
Yeah.
A Warthog is what you want.
Yeah.
Last thing, Niantic has announced that a new mechanic is being introduced to their popular Pokemon Go mobile game. It will be called the Buddy System and will allow users to choose a buddy Pokemon, to be shown with their character on the menu screens. This will also let players earn candy for that monster by simply walking around with it.
So excited for this.
I agree. I think it's a great idea. I know lots of people have been complaining. I would like to know how long this has been an idea, if this has been an idea from the beginning, or if they came up with this whenever people started complaining about how hard it is to get candy for specific Pokemon.
I've never complained about how hard it is to get candy,
See, but the problem there is you're from a relatively big town anyways.
well, that's true.
People like where I'm from, out in the middle of literally
Or where I'm
nowhere,
from.
Yeah,
it's hard.
it is unbalanced towards rural players, but
Yeah.
I'm excited for this because I am 2 or 3 candies away from evolving my Dratini completely into a Dragonite. I have like 122 Dratini candies or something like that.
It only takes 125.
Yes.
Huh.
But it's so rare anyway, right?
But it's so rare, and I just need to catch one more. But if this comes out, then I'll just have to walk with my Dratini a little bit, and then we'll be good to go.
And what my
Words, Logan.
garbage. I don't even know
Oh
what
my
I'm saying.
gosh.
Words mean things, Logan.
Remix.
My thought on it is like how are they going to balance it? Like, is it going to be like one piece of candy per 1 kilometer, or how are they going to do it?
I'm not sure.
I guess we'll figure that out when it comes
That
out.
seems right. That seems fair. But
yeah, that sounds accurate, and that's
And
what I
maybe
assumed.
it'll switch for each Pokemon. Like, I'm
True.
sure
Lower
for a
levels,
Pidgey,
they're going to have
it's gonna be
less.
easy.
Yeah.
every step you take, you get a candy.
yeah, basically. But for something like a Dratini, it'll probably take more to get candies out of.
That would make sense.
So that is the news.
Sweet.
Not that much to talk about right now. PAX West is going on right now. I did a quick search of what was coming out of PAX West, and most of it was gameplay videos. So I didn't find much news there. Didn't search that long. I probably should have, but I didn't. If you want to see gameplay of games coming out soon, though, check that out. Also, did you guys see that Horizon Zero Dawn, they made the little walker creatures, and they're walking around the show floor?
No.
Oh,
It's incredible.
that's interesting.
Super cool.
Are they robotic? Like
No,
someone's
they had,
controlling
well,
them?
have you seen those T-Rexes that people, like, get into and their legs, like, connect to the T-Rex legs and they control it from the inside?
Mm-mm.
No.
You haven't seen
No.
those? That's basically what it is, except it looks robotic.
Okay.
Huh.
And it's super cool. So check that out. I believe they just call them walkers. But that might be wrong. Anyway, let's do our main topic today. These guys don't know what this topic is, because I wanted to keep it a surprise.
Okay.
So, I want you to react to this, tell me the first thing that comes to your mind,
Okay.
and then also think about it while we discuss. Name a game, or games, that have impacted your life in some way. Now, it doesn't have to be big, like FIFA 09. That made me fall in love with the game of soccer or football, for those of you who are smart. Like, I played that so much, and I was not a soccer fan before, and now I am a big soccer fan. Super Smash Brothers Melee on the Game Boy, or not Game Boy, GameCube, said the wrong word. That game was the game that my friend had that we played all the time that really got me into gaming, got me to want games, got me to want to buy a GameCube.
You want me to go?
Whoever.
Okay, I mean, I have one that I've said 1,000 times. Pokemon, obviously. I got Pokemon when I think I was 4 when I got my first Pokemon game, which was the original red version for Game Boy Color, but I had a Game Boy Advance, so you plugged in there and it worked just
And
as
it
well.
looked super dank.
And
Like
it
sticking
looks-
out the top super high.
Yeah, well, shh. But taught myself how to read playing that video game. That it was the first video game I ever had. It was,
I think we could talk a lot to Pokemon.
yeah. I mean, without that game, I don't think I ever would have become a gamer, or at least not as big of one. And then past that, probably Animal Crossing for GameCube, the first Animal Crossing game. Awesome game. And then
Getting yelled at by the mole.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't save before you turned off the game. You save before you turned off the game. Arrgh!
Mysterious.
I always hated turning that game off. No!
So scary. It's like, how does he know? It's terrifying.
And then finally, oh goodness, probably Skyrim, cause that game, that game just got me through one of the hardest parts of my life. So, not lives.
We have many lives. We're gamers.
Are you a cat, Logan? Or Doctor Who?
Maybe.
Not a chance.
First thing that popped into my mind was, and this is going to sound super cliche probably, but The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And,
Called that one.
the reason for that is because I played it when I was super little on my Nintendo 64, and I could barely read then too. And I just thought the game was awesome because it had a lot to do with music, and that sort of got me into music and, playing the ocarina and stuff. And something that really connected me to that game was the fact that Link never talked. You could connect to that character in so many different ways because you kind of put yourself in Link's shoes, and you can think your own thoughts or say whatever you want because Link doesn't talk. So as a little kid, I thought that was pretty cool because I was quiet too, so I kind of thought of myself as Link when I played the game. I thought that was fun. Persona 4 this summer.
Oh, yeah.
Not only did it change my life, it destroyed my life for a few months.
It did.
Because that's all I did.
It did.
100 some hours. I can't even remember how many.
111 or something like
finally
that.
logged. Yeah.
I need to play this game.
But
We need to find a memory card for our PS TV.
Persona 4, well, first of all, it made me want to get into checking the weather, like, every day, because that's what you have to do in the game, basically.
Every day.
Because gameplay is really tied to the weather in the game. But also, it just reminded me how important friendships are, and a huge mechanic in the game is social links. And you really have to be intentional about spending time with different people in the game in order to benefit from those social links. So, I don't know, that's kind of cool. I'd never seen that in a game before.
Persona 3.
Yeah,
Didn't
but
play
we don't
Persona
play
3.
Persona. Over here, nobody plays Persona until you're old enough to understand, like, oh, wait, there are Japanese games that are actually good.
Well, I mean, I played Persona 3.
You're weird, though.
That's pretty cool. I want to play, but
It's a fun game. I don't think the graphics hold up, so...
Let's go back to Pokemon.
okay.
Pokemon, I think for all of us, was at least one of our first games, if not our first games. And I believe I said that Melee really got me into gaming, but I'm going to change that statement a bit. It really got me into console gaming. I had a friend with a very oddly shaped head. This is just... I'm just throwing that out there. But he brought in a Game Boy to show and tell. Game Boy Advance. In kindergarten. And was like, look, I can play Power Rangers on here. Now, I wasn't allowed to watch Power Rangers because it was too violent.
Whoa, okay.
But-
That's ridiculous.
But I was like, this is cool. Like, he can play games on the go.
Yeah.
Because Zoo Tycoon... I'm going to come back to that one. I'd played Zoo Tycoon and stuff like that before. I understood games, but then I was like, this guy knows what's up. He can sit here and play games during recess.
Mm-hmm.
I want that.
Yeah.
So I finally got a hold of one of those.
The battery life on those was so short.
Yeah, it was. It was like,
Yeah.
and it's over. But that's not the point. Yeah, Pokemon. That was the game that, like, everybody had. Everybody knew about it. Everybody was playing it. And people claim that they didn't. But they did.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Well, and the weird kind of like paradigm shift, at least for me, is it wasn't cool. Then in high school, Like,
Yeah.
it was cool.
Everyone
The
downloaded
cool kids had
emulators.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is cool now? Okay.
Super cool.
But everybody was playing it before. And you had to get that stupid little cord, plug it into
Yeah.
your system,
Oh,
try
yeah,
and make
that
it work
was-
so you could trade Pokemon.
Can I make a...
Someone, like, had to hold it because there's always wires loose, and it's like...
My observation is a lot of these games we've named are Nintendo games. That's all I'm going to say. We got Pokemon, Smash Bros., Game Boy Advance, GameCube, Zelda.
Technically, I mean, Game Freak made Pokemon. But Nintendo published it.
It's a
But it's
Nintendo
only
game.
available on Nintendo
It's a
consoles.
Nintendo game.
Zoo Tycoon, though, I'm going to come back to that because that game was so good. The collector's edition, I wish I could still play this game. And I might, you know what? I might do that.
No,
But
you
it
won't.
had the dadgum, it was 3 games in one. You could do the regular zoo stuff with all the weird animals. And then you could do, like, dinosaurs and sea creatures.
Oh, yes, I've played this, yeah.
And I played so much of that game and failed every time because I did not know how to manage money and still don't. Which is why I have this watch. But, like, that game was incredible. And I miss it a lot right now. But that game got me, like, into management games. Got me into, like... And then when Head Coach came out and I found out you can put sports and management together, which is why I'm here now, doing sports management.
Yeah,
Like, those games, they were good.
that's cool.
They were good. What was your first console that you guys had?
My first console.
Mobile or...
Well, technically, I mean, the first one that I guess I actually owned was the Game Boy Advance, but
What was your first...
my family owned a SNES before
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Same. SNES, Nintendo 64. I think we had... At the same time, I was coming up and even old enough to play video games, so...
I
played
never
both of
had a
those.
64.
I had a
Really?
64
I never
also.
got a 64.
Sad days.
Right?
Super good.
I
The
should
first
get one
time
of
I
those.
played a 64, I got super sick. Like,
Really?
motion sickness,
Huh.
yeah.
Because of the 3D?
3D?
Yeah, because, like, because I had the SNES first,
Yeah.
and I played it for a long time. And then I got the Game Boy, and then we got the 64.
Yeah.
And the 3D was like, oh, ugh.
You know what we need? An SNES and NBA Jam.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
We don't.
Yeah, we
We
do.
don't. Why? That's money.
But it'd be fun.
Don't you own, like, 3 or 4 WWE games, or WWF games for the 64?
Yes,
do.
he does. Because our friend last year had a 64.
Yeah.
And you know how many we played? One of them.
Really?
But they cost me like $3 total, so I was like,
Yeah.
I have them.
You got those from the place we're going later today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Local plug, McKay's. We're going there today. They've
Paper
got
Mill
tons
Drive.
of used
Just off of
everything.
40.
Used everything.
It's pretty cool.
So yeah, any other nostalgic things you want to talk about game-wise?
Wind Waker.
good.
I played Wind Waker when I was a kid. I remember watching my dad play it, and then I would sit down and try to play it. And I would get there, but it took me a while because, you know, I was a kid. Granted, there is a game out in the world called Final Fantasy III. This game I played when I was, I don't know, probably 8, and I beat the entire game. I downloaded this game onto, well, I bought it on my 3DS not that long ago, and I started to play it. I can't even figure out where to begin on this game, but yet when I was 8, I beat the entire game.
Yep.
Interesting.
I remember how I could actually get farther into games then. Like, I just instinctively knew what to do. And now I'm like, I'm distracted, there's too much going on, I can't
Exactly.
get into it.
Yeah.
Like, I have other things I have to get done.
And Final Fantasy III has obscure save mechanics anyways, so it took me 45 minutes to figure out. Because, okay, so it's like you're a big figure on this map. And then you walk to the town, and you go in the town. But if you try to save in the town, it says, sorry, you can't save here, which doesn't make sense, correct?
No, it doesn't.
So what I eventually figured out after dying lots of times against the first boss, you can only save on the map section. It's so upsetting.
There you
Yep.
go.
Which makes sense, I guess. When you don't have much computing power, you want it to be this little map and not in a city.
I guess
with
that's fair.
When I was little, I used to go over to my cousin's house a lot because they had a Sega.
Ooh.
They had
Sega
multiple,
Genesis?
They had multiple Sega consoles to play all sorts of, Sonic the Hedgehog games. That's what we mostly played.
Gotta go fast, guys.
Sonic the Hedgehog, 1, 2, and 3, Sonic and Knuckles? Yeah. I think they had Sonic and Knuckles.
The actual good Sonic games.
Oh, yeah. Those were
Yeah.
good.
Adventure 2 Battle was pretty great.
I liked Adventure 2 Battle. I'll be
Adventure 2
honest.
Battle, you could raise the little chows.
Yeah. That
Those
was
were fun.
That was a fun game, but the story
wasn't a Sonic game, though.
was lacking.
Sonic made me like running fast with my arms
Gotta go
behind my back
fast.
in elementary school, and I look like a dingus.
Still do.
Yeah. That's it.
See, you can't run like that because if you trip, you have no way to catch yourself.
That's,
Get him around.
yeah, that's true.
Like one of them swim moves, like a butterfly stroke.
No, you can't. If you trip when you're running with your arms behind you, you're eating concrete.
It's true.
Logan and I were pondering the other day why in anime and Japanese video games the characters run with their arms behind
They
their back.
always do. Like, always. 100% of the time.
And-
They run with their hands behind their back.
And I found out that it might be a cultural thing. Like, that might just be how... Because we talked about how Japanese people kind of isolated themselves and built their own
For 600 and
everything.
something years.
Yeah.
Like, they cut themselves off from the world, including China, which is kind of like them, but the rest of the world, like, nobody had an impact on them. They just developed their own culture.
And their own
So,
weird running.
my question is, if we go to Japan, which I want to do, are we going to see people just running around with their arms flailing behind their back?
Maybe not today. Well, maybe. But I think mostly it is easier to animate. Running with
Yeah.
the character's arms behind their back because you don't have to add the whole pumping motion.
Oh, the...
But I don't know for sure. It is speculated that it might have been a cultural thing for a while. But I don't know.
Huh. Can we talk real briefly on the skateboarding games? Did anybody else play these?
I had a demo of a Tony Hawk game.
I played Tony Hawk Underground.
I played the crap out of Skate 3.
I never played any of the skate games. I like the Tony Hawk like skate underground games where you're like you get to design your character and you're like in this place and it's kind of RPG like. It's actually a fun game. And you have to go around and you have all these missions and like granted there's like old people that like you can go beat the crap out of with your skateboard.
Yeah, you
my
can just
gosh.
like whack people.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And like there's always people like partying in this house and if you walk up to it they'll be like, you got kicked out of the party and it'll like restart you.
Yeah, it's
That's weird.
the skateboarding games were the best, and you could like customize these different skate parks to try and
Yeah. And those were
string
fun.
together the most
Yes.
tricks, or you could just like start really high and jump off of a thing and see what happens. Like, this is why I'm super excited for Steep, because they're gonna bring that. I mean, the snowboarding games are a little different, but they're gonna bring that all back.
It looks really cool.
Steep looks like
I'm excited.
but Steep looks like not a
It's not gonna be really dumb. It's gonna be more of a simulation kind of a
simulator.
thing.
well,
yeah.
I guess then that's the thing. I'm not super into that. I like the pro skate where you could just like run around and do stupid stuff and break your skateboard and
I actually
So
like
GTA.
eh,
I actually
Going around
like
and
skate.
smacking people with things is GTA.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
I
GTA
mean,
that wasn't rated M.
Yeah.
I think was pro skate not rated. I mean, was underground
was
not?
T.
Okay.
Pretty sure it was T. But yeah. Anyway, let's move on. It's getting to be a long topic.
Cool. That was fun.
Yeah, nostalgia games. Also, by the way, for those of you in southern Indiana and Illinois, Evansville, Indiana has this place called Secret Headquarters. And I think it's $5 for the first hour and then $2.50 for every hour after that. They have a gaming cafe, which is just a line of consoles. Cafe.
Okay.
It's a line of old consoles. They got an SNES, they've got a Sega Genesis, they've got a 64, GameCube, PS2, PS1, I think. They've got all of them. And then just a case of games that you can buy, and if they have it, you can play it there.
That's pretty cool.
They give you a wristband, and you just play games.
We still need to go to that place in Atlanta.
Yeah, we do.
If you're still listening to this, feel free to leave in the comments some games that bring back nostalgia for you.
For sure.
Or change your life. Cause
Tweet at us.
I'd be interested to see that.
Tweet
Like
at
us,
us.
share us. Do it all.
Call us.
Anyway.
We'll give you our phone numbers.
Holla.
Nope. Anyway, boys, it's a new month, which means free games for subscribers.
This looks good. This looks actually
Well, wait.
promising. Okay.
Let's just start off with PlayStation because we are PlayStation guys a lot. PS Plus, free games of the month, Lords of the Fallen on PS4.
Which is a good game.
I'm excited to play that game a lot. I think these go up like the 5th. They're not
I
available
kind
yet, I
of.
don't think.
We should play this
Probably
because it's a fun
tomorrow.
game.
Journey.
Pretty cool.
Journey.
PS4,
that's the
PS3?
indie game, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't really know why they're giving this out. Everybody who wanted to play it has played it by now.
Yeah, but I mean, like, some people who aren't into indies, this is like a kind of a good way to get them in
True.
with just a free game.
Badland Game of the Year Edition. PS4, PS3, and PS Vita.
Badland. Oh, Badland. That's still a mobile game I play a lot.
Is it?
Yeah, it's fun. The soundtrack is actually spectacular.
The PS3 games for those of you with PS3 upgrade. But anyway, Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands and Datura will be on PS3.
Eh.
And then Amnesia Memories is on PS Vita.
I kind of want that.
Get PS Plus.
I don't know if I want that.
Look at all of these games you can
What
just
is
be racking
Amnesia
up in case you
Memories?
get a PlayStation.
Well, I don't think I'm getting a PS4, but I'd get it on my Vita. How much is it?
They just upped the price. It's $60 a year.
Yeah, they did.
But you get at least 12 Vita games. You get 2 Vita games this month. So you get about 24 Vita games for $60. And you can save stuff online. So you can transfer
I'll
it
think
between my
about it.
console and other people's
I'll
consoles.
think about it, but I don't know. I don't think that's it.
Anyway, games with gold for Xbox users. Xbox One games are Earthlock, Festival of Magic, and Assassin's Creed Chronicles China.
I've actually heard good. That's the Assassin's Creed Chronicles is not like the normal Assassin's Creed games, but I've heard good things.
It's like
I've
a
never
platformer.
played them. Yeah, I've never played them, but I've heard really
Sounds
good
cool.
things.
I've heard
about
China's
'em.
really good, yeah. Forza Horizon and Mirror's Edge will also be available on 360. Forza Horizon is an incredible game.
Mirror's Edge is cool too.
What is Mirror's Edge?
It's a parkour escape from the feds type of game,
Okay.
which is pretty cool. It has a
First
cool
person
story.
parkour.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I need to try that one out. I've got a free trial on Origin, but I haven't used it yet. New releases for the week. Beyond Flesh and Blood comes out September 6th, which is Tuesday, tomorrow.
And my birthday.
True.
Yay.
On PS4 and Xbox One. Battle through this mech shooter's sci-fi story, blast apart every terrorist hive with powerful weapons, and unlock the secrets of a 23rd century gone rogue.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Just Sing, which by the way is Ubisoft, comes out also September 6th, also on PS4 and Xbox One. Featuring a track list including
Ugh.
smash hits from Sia, Justin Bieber, Meghan Trainor, and more, you'll always be in tune. With the free Just Sing companion app, your smartphone is all you need to play.
No.
That sounds
no.
awful. That track list sounds
no.
awful, too.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But it's releasing, so I haven't mentioned it. Oceanhorn, Monster of Uncharted Seas, comes out Wednesday, September 7th, on PS4 and Xbox One. You wake up and find a letter from your father. He is gone. The only lead is his old notebook and a mysterious necklace. What happened? Oceanhorn, Monster of Uncharted Seas, is an epic action-adventure experience. In the game, you explore the islands of Uncharted Seas, a world filled with many dangers, puzzles, and secrets. You must fight monsters, learn to use magic, and discover ancient treasures, which will help you on your quest. Use all of your wits and skill to unravel the mysteries of the ancient kingdom of Arcadia and the sea monster Oceanhorn.
That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, sounds actually super cool.
Jotun Valhalla Edition. Comes out on September 9th, which is Friday, on PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U. In Jotun, you play as Thora, a Norse warrior who has died an inglorious death and must face the challenges of Viking purgatory to prove herself to the gods and enter Valhalla.
Wow.
It sounds fun.
Okay.
Sounds like a better God of War.
Yeah,
Probably is.
I don't know about that.
PS4 games this week. Toho Ginso Rondo, Bullet Ballet. Toho Ginso Rondo, Jinso, I don't know how you say that, Japan, is a remastered shoot-'em-up that takes place in the Toho universe.
No idea what the Toho universe
No idea
is.
either, but that is coming out if you are familiar.
Huh.
Q-Rare, Magic Library, September 6th. In this next-gen card battle RPG, you'll find yourself immersed in a vast sea of stories that span multiple dimensions. Enjoying exciting adventures with charming librarians and tons of cool codices. That should just be enjoy, shouldn't it?
I guess.
Anywho. Xbox One, King Oddball, comes out September 9th, which is Friday. Now, I will say about this game, I took the description straight off of Metacritic, read it to make sure it sounded okay, unlike last week, and it said PS4 puzzle game.
That's it.
Well, no, like it said it in the description. It said PS4 puzzle game instead of just puzzle game. So I
Because it's coming
eliminated
out on
that.
Xbox.
Ah.
It's already out on PS4, I do believe.
Oh, okay.
But it is releasing on Xbox One. Squash puny humans in this outlandish puzzle game. How hard can it be? Use just a single button to cause mayhem. Crush as many targets as possible by releasing a boulder suspended by the king's giant tongue. With more than 120 increasingly challenging levels on the road to world domination. Master King Oddball by anticipating how boulders roll, bounce, and launch from explosions.
Sounds really weird.
If you had to pick one game this week, what would it be?
Oh goodness. I would say this is just the new releases, right?
Yep, just the new releases.
Alright, I am going Just Sing. No,
No,
in
you're
all
not.
seriousness.
Not even gonna let you say that.
Oceanhorn sounds awesome.
Agreed.
It does.
Oceanborn and Jotun.
Both of those sound awesome, and they both kind of sound like they take place in at least semi-similar settings.
Yeah. Sounds pretty cool.
Beyond Flesh and Blood sounds pretty cool too.
Yeah, I'd agree. I just think Oceanhorn, the way it was described, almost kind of reminds me of the way Wind Waker is.
Really?
Like, it just kind of, you have islands, and you're on the sea, and obviously there's probably not going to be a talking boat, but...
You never know.
Yeah.
It is coming out on a Wednesday, which means it's probably Japanese. So,
yeah.
anywho, this has been the Creation Theories TrophyPop, episode 4. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you.
Adios.
Woo!